Hi, this is Raj from MR Sportscars. In this diary of a Porsche Specialist, I'm going to do a recap on the 987 Gen 2 Boxster S models, because I've featured them before in lots of comparison videos with Caymans, 987 Gen 2s as well as 981s. I think they're still a phenomenal ownership prospect, but they're getting increasingly hard to find. Very, very difficult to find decent 3.4 litre Boxster S's and Cayman S's, especially the 987 Gen 2s. And I think it's because those that have got them are really hanging on to them. They're great weekend cars. They're nice and narrow at the front. Their front end is a lot narrower than the 981, especially in feel when you're behind the wheel. If you've driven both, you know what I mean. But basically the 981s are fantastic cars, but they just feel that little bit too wide for narrower B roads that we have in the UK. This one's a very special one. It's one I've actually sold twice before, and it'll be up for sale soon. It's a manual gearbox car. Lots of very special options, including switchable sports exhaust, Sport Chrono Package Plus, and then some red dials. So all of those dials are red. It's had a Pioneer head unit upgrade, so it does Bluetooth audio connectivity for streaming as well as the phone. Heated seats, which are embossed. Red seat belts. Yeah, there's a huge list of X codes, they're called. So special codes, things like carbon door entry guards. The seat belts are an X code. The sports exhaust, I think, is an X code on these. PDLS. So you have the buzz in and headlight actually rotates around corners. Very hard to come by now, and I think they represent sort of, and the reason why they're hard to come by is because they are such phenomenally handling cars, but also not that expensive and very reliable. So that's what's keeping owners holding on to these. I bought this one back for the second time quite recently, and it will be, as I said, for sale soon. But I'll just do a little bit of a driving session now in this car, just to remind everyone exactly what they're like to drive. Right, here I am in the 987 Gen 2 Boxster S manual. Just taking it for a quick drive, actually to do some photography, to put it up for sale again. I always take new pictures if I sell a car again, just to show the current condition and not just what it looked like a couple of years ago. As I said, I have sold this one twice before. Both owners have thoroughly enjoyed it while they've had it. But people like to change cars, people like to experience different cars, so I'm quite happy to buy any of the cars that I sell back. But this car is very special because it has so many great options. It's got the manual gearbox, which so many people want in these cars now. I love PDKs as well, but there's just that extra level of involvement with the manual gearbox. And then with the sports exhaust as well, it just sounds sensational. So these are the 3.4 litre flat six. It's a direct fuel injection engine. It's got cheaper road tax than the Gen 1 987s, which were just under, these are under £600 now, but these are around 320. I mean, they're great around town, these cars. They're great all year round pretty much, because the hood is just so effective. It is properly waterproof, but also it does mute the sound quite a lot when you're driving on the motorway. But the real amazing thing about these cars, yes, they have, I think, 310 horsepower, and they weigh somewhere between 1.4 and 1.5 tons. I can't remember off the top of my head.
being mid-engined with that kind of power means it's incredibly well balanced. You can essentially position the car exactly where you want with the hydraulic steering that these cars come with, and just really enjoy the drive. You don't even have to be going fast, in all honesty, because the sound is glorious. You don't need the stereo on, and I think that's why a lot of people are holding on to them. They're just, there's not many other cars that can beat how this car performs, how reliable it is. Also, the dealer support from Porsche Specialists, information online on forums. It's so easy to heel and tow in these as well. Yeah, just a beautiful car to drive, to have a blast in at the weekends. I mean, it's not particularly sunny today, it's not particularly warm. This car's got the heated seats, which a lot of them do have. It wasn't a very expensive option on them. Some even have heated steering wheels. This one doesn't, but some do. I think this is a late 2009. It might be an early 2010. It's a 59 plate. And these cars just go and go and go. They don't have any underlying engine issues. They don't have any issues with their gearboxes or clutches. The electronics are all sorted as well. So I would recommend, if you're looking for one of these, just persevere, because I know there's not very many coming up for sale at the moment. There's not very many on the market. It is quite hard to find decent ones, and then when they come up, if they haven't got the right spec, then I'm guessing you're kind of on the fence about buying them. I would try and get one as close to the spec you are aiming for. So I tell people sort of aim for around 80% of what they want is sort of the optimum, and then the rest you can either live without or retrofit. So things like the sports exhaust is a retrofit. It's not a deal breaker for most people, because they know they can fit it, they can keep the standard exhaust, always switch it back and sell it if they want to when they come to sell the car. But I have a feeling that a lot of people that are getting into these now aren't looking to sell them anytime soon. So if you do see one, I'd encourage you to go and buy it. And that's really all I've got to say. I mean, the prices have been going up on them quite substantially. This one's done 52,000 miles. It's quite comfortably in the mid-20s now. They did sort of dip to sort of 22, 23, but they've gone back up now. This is now August 2021. They have gone up sort of in the last year, but then a lot of cars have a lot of used cars, particularly interesting cars that people want to own and enjoy. But I would say, yeah, if you do want one of these, just persevere at finding one for you. Thanks for watching this diary of a Porsche Specialist.